This is Sara with Posh Pooch Designs, and today's video is part 2 of our Dolly and Me Spring Beanie videos. Now in the first video we made this yellow one with this pretty little daisy, blue striped, just like this purple one. And this is a hat that will fit your 18-inch dolls, like your American Girl style dolls. And so we made it in these colors. Today we're going to be making one for the little girl. And this hat measures about 16 inches for the head, and that's going to fit a little girl about maybe 3 or 4 up through about 10, because their heads just don't really grow that much. It is a one-size beanie, and remember, yarn is very stretchy. We're going to be making this hat exactly like this yellow one. We're going to be using yellow for the body, blue and white for the stripes at the bottom. This is worsted weight number 4 yarn, and you can use any worsted weight number 4 yarn, and you can even use cotton if you'd like. They both work up wonderfully in cotton as well. Makes a nice summer beanie as well. We're going to be using our H hook today. You're going to need a needle for weaving in your ends and sewing on your daisy, and then of course a pair of scissors and whatever colors that you want for your hat. Like I said, I'll be using this yellow for the body of the hat. I'm going to use the blue and white, the same that I used on the little hat, and this little bit of brown for the center of the daisy. But you can see this one's done just a little bit different. So it's totally up to you what colors you want to use. Variegated, solids, stripes, or cotton, whatever you want to do. We're going to begin at the top of the hat up here, and we'll be working around down the hat. So we're going to begin with a slip knot. We're going to chain 4. And then we're going to stitch 11 double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. We chained 4, and we're going to place 11 double crochets in this 4th chain. These first 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, are going to count as our first double crochet. So to double crochet, yarn over your hook, go in that chain, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, and go through the second 2, and that's a double crochet. Now we're doing 11 because the first 3 chains counted as 1 double crochet, so let's do 10 more double crochets. Go right in that same chain. All right, let me count. Here's our chain 3, so that counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need to do 1 more. That will make 11. Let's count again. Here's our chain 3. We'll count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Need to do 1 more because we want 12 altogether. We're going to join to the top of this chain 3, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now the chain 3 here and on each row will count as our first double crochet. Now if you have a little hole here, don't worry. We're going to use this piece of yarn when we're all done with the hat to close up that hole, so don't worry about that. And so that's row or round 1, 12 double crochets, join to the top of the chain 3 and chain 3. Now we're going to place 1 double crochet in the same stitch as that chain 3. And then we're going to place 2 double crochets in each of the double crochets around. And we're going to go from having 12 double crochets to 24 double crochets. Placing 2 double crochets in each double crochet around our circle. When we get back to the chain 3, we'll join to the top of the chain 3 and chain 3. So all the way around, 2 double crochets in each double crochet for a total of 24 double crochets for round 2. This is how the top of your hat should look after round 2. We join to the top of the chain 3. We have 24 double crochets and we chained 3. For the third round, we're going to again double crochet in the same stitch as our chain. We're going to put 1 double crochet in this next double crochet. And then the next double crochet, we're going to place 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. All right, so the way this row is going to be worked all the way around is 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. And this is going to give us a total of 36 double crochets. So 1 double crochet in this next stitch, and then 2 double crochets in this next stitch. I call that doing 1 and 2. 1 double crochet in one stitch, 2 double crochets in the next. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next. And we will do this all the way around this row. There we go. My yarn was caught on a hook in my yarn bowl over there. So we're going to do 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 all the way back around, and again join to the top of our chain 3 and chain 3, and this is going to give us 36 double crochets. 1 double crochet in the next, 2 double crochets in the next, alternating 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So this is how the third round should look. Now we're going to do round 4. We join to the top of our chain 3 and we chained 3. For round 4, we're again going to place 1 double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3. And then we're going to place 1 double crochet in these next 2 stitches. So 1, 2. Then the next stitch we're going to place 2 double crochets. And this row is called 2 and 2. We're doing 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches and then 2 double crochets in the next. So here we have 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So we go to the next stitch and we'll stitch 1 double crochet, then 1 double crochet in the next, and then 2 double crochets in the next. One double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. Doing 2 and 2 all the way around our hat, and again we'll join to the top of our chain 3 and chain 3. So we've done our first 4 rows, and we can really see the shape of the hat starting to form. So the next row, we join to the top of our chain 3, and we're going to chain 3 again. Only this row, Again, we'll start with our double crochet in the same stitch as our chain. And this row we're going to be doing 3 and 2. So we're going to place 1 double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. And then we'll place 2 double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. Here's our double crochet in the same stitch as our chain. Then we stitched 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. And that's the way row 5 will be. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochets in the next 1 and 2. 1 double crochet in the next 3 double crochets, and 2 double crochets in the next double crochet. We'll do this again all the way around. Join to the top of our chain 3 and chain 3. So here's our hat after our 5 rows of increases. We don't have to do any more increases. This is as big as the top of the hat will be. So our next row, we joined at the top of our chain 3. We're going to chain 3, and then we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each double crochet around our hat. So 1 double crochet in each double crochet. Yay, no more increases. 1 double crochet in each double crochet around, join to the top of our chain 3 again, and chain 3. Super easy row, right? So row 6 was just 1 double crochet in each double crochet around. We joined to the top of our chain 3 and chain 3, but we actually need to chain 1 more because we need a chain 4. But if you want a longer hat, maybe more of like a slouchy, or you have a child with a little bit longer head, you can add 1, 2, or 3, or however many rows of 1 double crochet in each double crochet around in order to accommodate your child's head. All right, so for this row, we have our chain 4. We're going to skip the next stitch and double crochet in the next stitch. And the reason we needed a chain 4 is the chain 4 counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 1. So we needed the chain 4. Because this row, we're double crocheting in the next stitch. We're chaining 1. We're going to skip this next stitch and double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip this next stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch. And this is what gives the hat this nice open look. Let me grab this other one so that you can see. Here we are on here, put my hand inside, there we go. Let's see the open work. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and that's what gives us this open work. And I really like it. It gives us a nice little airy look to it. So we chain 1, skip the next double crochet, and double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next double crochet, and double crochet in the next stitch. And we'll do this all the way around. And then when we join, we're going to join to the top of the chain 3, not the chain 4, because that fourth chain counts as the chain 1 of the double crochet, chain 1. All right, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. So this is how that it should look. And you can see all these open spaces look so pretty. I just love it. And the way we're going to work this row, we chained 3, not 4, only 3. We're going to place a double crochet right in that chain 1 space. And then we'll place a double crochet in the double crochet. And what we're doing is we're doing a solid row of double crochet because we're going in the chain 1 space. And then we're double crocheting in the double crochet. And this is going to give us a row of solid double crochet all the way around. So 1 double crochet in each chain 1 space and 1 double crochet in each double crochet all the way around, and then we'll join to the top of the chain 3. Here's our row of all filled in double crochet. Doesn't that look pretty? For the next 2 rows, we're going to repeat these 2 rows that we did. We're going to repeat the row of double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then we're going to repeat a solid row of double crochet just like we did these 2 rows. Here's our double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then a solid row of double crochet, and then we're going to repeat that chain 1, skip 1 row and another solid row of double crochet. So we'll repeat those last 2 rows that we just did. So we need to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, counts as a chain 3 and a chain 1. Skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next stitch. So we'll be repeating these 2 rows that we just did again. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet row, and then a solid row of double crochet just like we stitched this one. We repeated these 2 rows, and the hat is really looking nice. Now the next row we're going to be repeating this row again. Let me show you on this one. We're not going to be changing colors like I did on this one. We're going to keep it yellow so that it matches this one here that we made for the American Girl style doll. So we're going to be stitching another row of the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and then we'll do our last 3 rows in single crochet. And then I'll show you how to change colors if you choose to change colors. So I've already chained 4, which counts as my double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next stitch. So we're doing it exactly the same way we did these 2 rows for the same effect. So we're doing the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, row all the way around, and then we'll join to the top of our chain 3. But don't change 3 because we're not going to be stitching double crochets on the next row. So another row of double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet all the way around, join to the top of our chain 3. We completed the last row of our repeats. Only on this one we're not going to stitch a row of double crochet, we're going to stitch a row of single crochet. So we chained 1, we're going to go in that chain 1 space and single crochet, and then we single crochet in the double crochet. And just in case you're not sure what a single crochet is, you go in the space or stitch and pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through both of those loops. That's a single crochet. So now we're going to single crochet in each chain 1 space and in each double crochet all the way around the edge of our hat, and then we'll join to the chain 1, and then we're going to change colors. I completed the 1 row of single crochet in the yellow, and I joined to the chain 1. I'm going to cut my yarn because we're all done with the yellow, and I'm going to join in this blue. We're going to do a stripe of blue, so we're just going to loop that over our hook, pull it through, pull the yellow one down to snug it down, and then pull the blue one to snug the blue one down, and then we'll chain 1. Alrighty, now you can stitch over your strings to hold them in place, which I'm going to do, but it's also a good idea to come back in with your needle and make sure that they're weaved in securely so that it doesn't come unraveled. Alright, so we're going to place 1 single crochet in each single crochet around. And I'm just going to stitch over those yarns just for 4 or maybe 5 stitches. There we go. And then I'm just going to let them go. And I'll come back in, like I said, with my needle and make sure they're stitched down. And we're just stitching 1 row of single crochet in each single crochet around the hat. And this is just going to give us a cute little stripe and a cute little pop of color. So 1 single crochet in each single crochet around, join back to that chain 1 where we started. I stitched the 1 row of blue single crochet all the way around. I'm going to cut my yarn and I'm going to join in the white one. Alright, and I'll just do it the same way. Pull it through, snug the blue one down, snug the white one down, chain 1, and then I'm going to pull those across and stitch across them. And again, we're just stitching 1 single crochet in each single crochet around. And this is the last row. There we go. My yarn was bunching on me there. This is our there we go. Well, maybe I'll just weave those in later. They're getting in my way. There we go. 1 single crochet in each single crochet around, and this is the last row on our hat. And so this is our trim row. 1 single crochet in each single crochet around, all the way around, join to the top of our chain 1, and then we'll cut our yarn and we'll weave in those ends so that it's nice and tidy, and add our flower. Alright, I finished the last row, the white row. I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn, and now it's time to tidy up our hat. So I'm going to tie off that last one. And before we do this, I want you to take your hat and turn it wrong side out, because we need to make sure we don't have a hole in the top. And the way we fix that is to thread that beginning piece of yarn on our needle. And then we're going to stitch around that hole, going through those first 12 double crochet stitches in a circle. And we're just going to gently pull on that. And that's going to close up that hole. And then once we go that way, we go take another stitch, and then we go back the way we came, and just take a couple more stitches just to make sure that that's not going to come undone. And I keep going until I'm just about out of yarn. Give it a good snug, and I always do one little knot. I know you're not supposed to do knots in crochet, so don't tell anybody. But I don't want that circle to come undone when I give this away. All right, so now we need to weave in these ends. And one thing to remember when weaving in your ends, especially if you changed colors, is to stay within that color when you're stitching or it will show through. The other thing is, don't just go through the stitches around them. Make sure you go in those stitches so that it's going to stay put and go one way and then the other. Because if this is going to be worn by a little girl, it's got to go through the laundry, right? All right, and that's the way we weave those in. Back and forth, back and forth. So we'll go ahead and cut those off because those other two are already weaved in. All right, so let's turn our hat back over. And I always look for the end because I want that to be in the center in the back. So here's my front. And I've already made my flower. And this is the same flower that's on the Dolly hat. And you can get that, I'll put that link up there in the corner. You can just click over there and get that pattern for the flower. And it's just a 5-petal flower. And we're going to use the brown to sew it on because we're going to sew in the center because we want the flower to kind of stick up. And I always try to sew it onto the double crochet row so that it stays put and not sew through a hole. So we're going to just put that on the double crochet row, and you can place it wherever you want. You can even stick several on there. Be really cute. And so here's my needle. I've got it threaded with my brown yarn, and I'm going to come up underneath, leave that there. And then I'm just going to go around the circle. Of that center. I don't want it to be showing in the white petals, but I want to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. So I just go around the center. Petal down, there we go. Just making stitches. And you can do as many stitches as you want. Remember, this is going to be played with. It's going to be worn. So you want to make sure that flower's not going anywhere. And then I look around, make sure everything's put. And I'll go right up through the middle and just make a few more stitches. And then go right down through the center. Take that off. And then I just tie the two ends. Again, don't tell anyone I tied a knot in crochet. Now, if you're worried about your knots coming undone, you can dab it with a little fray check or hot glue. Just make sure you smash it down when it's still warm so that you don't have a little bump. So there is our little girl spring beanie that matches our doll hat. Dolly and me spring beanies.